Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9 of Talk Exchange. Today's episode is a very special one because it celebrates the 112th anniversary of the National Exchange Club. So as part of that celebration, we have not one, not two, but 3 very special guests with us. In addition to Tracy and Christy, we also have Kathy Mize, Dominic Sarvello, and Carlos Perez. All 3 of these individuals that are our guests today have been with the Exchange Club for a very long time. They've all got some great stories to tell. They're going to discuss the anniversary, what Exchange Club means to them, and just it's going to be a great episode. So we hope you enjoy episode 9 of Talk Exchange.
Welcome to this episode of Talk Exchange. Today, we're excited to focus on the 112th anniversary of the National Exchange Club. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Tracy. I'm excited about this episode, and we have some great guests to help us talk about the history of exchange, where we are today, where we see ourselves going. So I want to start with a question.
Okay.
All right. Can you name 5 clubs that are more, or 5 companies that are more than 100 years old?
Companies.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's okay. I can name 5 clubs as well if you want me to do that.
Okay, well, let's put her to the test.
Okay, we can do that. So 5 companies that are more than 100 years old. LL Bean.
LL Bean.
Oh, John Deere's got to be like a couple hundred years old, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
More than 180, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Back in the days of a lot more farmland, right?
That's right. How about this?
Okay.
Yingling,
the beer company, of
beer
course.
company?
I bet a lot of beer companies are more than 100 years old.
How about Carhartt?
Carhartt makes sense.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, Whirlpool.
Oh, yeah.
Whirlpool
makes sense.
Exchange is older than all of those, with the exception of John Deere.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Amazing. And you know what's amazing to me, Christy? We have clubs that are more than 100 years old. So if you think about when Charles Berkey founded an exchange club in Detroit, and travel at that time was difficult.
Very
Yet
difficult.
word of exchange spread so quickly all over the country. We have clubs that are more than 100 years old in the Exchange Club of Charleston, South Carolina, in Arkansas, all over the country. It's amazing. And today we're excited to be joined by people from truly all over the country, including Dominic Sarvello from the Exchange Club, #1 Exchange Club in Detroit, Michigan, where it all started. Welcome, Dominic.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
And we're joined by Kathy Mize, our immediate past national president from Florida. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And Carlos Perez, a National Exchange Club Foundation trustee residing in Texas. Hi, Carlos.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Great. Glad to have you here. So first, we want to hear from Dominic. I know the Exchange Club of Detroit, the #1 club. There are 2 clubs in Exchange, Christy, that still refer to themselves by their number. It's Detroit #1 and Toledo #2. I don't think anybody else does that. I always find that super cool. So how awesome is it to be part of Exchange #1 and just the history that's right there where it all started, Dominic?
Oh, it's great because, being the founding club, exchange club of the nation, it's very special. And we try to promote that as much as we can. Exchange started in Detroit because there was a communication between all of the businessmen in the area, and it was an opportunity for them to get together and talk about what's new and what's going on in business and with the government in Detroit and in Michigan. It's just really very special. And to see how it has evolved from being a sort of a business club to one now that is of a community service club, and puts forth its efforts where they're needed in the community. It's just very special.
Indeed, it is. And you're right about that. If you think about it, part of the community and just talking about it's a way for people in the community to get together. And that's still very much at the heart of exchange. I know, Carlos, you see that in Texas. Tell us how you can connect Dominic's message of community. What's going on in Texas?
Well, in Texas, we obviously we're the sun and the charm, they're loving people. So we're always connecting with everybody, and we try to help
Yes.
as many people as we can. I mean, hey, that's what we are down here. Although I'm not a true Texan, but you don't know that unless you ask me, right? Because my accent is perfectly a Texan boy. Here. But yeah, we always like to help the community, and that's a sense of community down here that we really love to do.
And we like to say too that when people join Exchange, it gives the organization legitimacy. When we say we're an organization that's literally been in business for 112 years, we're not just new to the scene, right? We've been doing this a long time. So it's awesome. So
Yeah.
Kathy, in your experience, tell us what it means to be a foundation trustee and some of the things that we have going on for the 112th anniversary to observe that, and how everybody can get involved and make it really special.
Absolutely. I mean, as you said, 112 years, that is a big deal. I mean, that's a long time of us serving our communities all across this country and in Puerto Rico and Hawaii, and just making a difference. And so how cool would it be for our anniversary if people gave $112 in honor of 112 years of community service? By itself, $112 may not go real far, but imagine collectively across this country, if hundreds or thousands did that, imagine what we could do to even support our communities better and have more scholarships and help our child abuse prevention centers. So I hope everyone will get involved and give $112 in honor of our anniversary.
And clubs can donate too, correct? It
Clubs,
doesn't have to be a member.
district.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Even somebody who's listening who's not involved with Exchange, they can go to nationalexchangeclub.org and make a donation, check out, the values and the principles and our mission.
Absolutely.
And go from there. So Dominic, tell us, does the Detroit #1 have anything special planned in honor of the anniversary?
Oh, yeah. Well, March 27th is a very special date for us because that is when our anniversary, when we were actually chartered, and when the Detroit Club really got going. And so every year, that anniversary date is very special. And this year, we're looking to do some things, having a special birthday or anniversary party. And we wanted to be able to do it, if possible, at a place where we had met for a very, very long time, at the Detroit Yacht Club. And we're in negotiations with them right now to go ahead and to have our party there. And if so, we're going to be able to give a scholarship out at that time. We're looking forward to kicking off April, which is Child Abuse Prevention Month, with our special project, Kids Talk. That's a special project that we've gotten involved with over the years. And so, yeah, we've got some things going and some things that are going to happen.
That sounds good. So in true testament to how far and how widespread Exchange has become, a couple of years ago, we sent a film crew down to Texas.
Yes.
Down to the Sugar Land area, in fact, and they recorded our Join Exchange video. It's a video that I'm still proud of. It's amazing. And the reason we sent them to Texas is because we wanted to talk to some clubs, and there's a great concentration down there.
Yes.
Some clubs that are a great representation of their community demographics. And we found that in many clubs across the country, but a great intersection of it down in Sugar Land. Carlos, what was that experience like for you? And are you proud when you see yourself on that video showcasing to the nation?
I still get all the warm and fuzzies
too.
when I see that video, and I've seen it 1,000 times. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great, actually, it was a great experience being part of the video. And like you said, actually, Sugar Land, Fort Bend County is one of the most diverse county in the United States, and that's a great. It's great because we have almost equally division in terms of we had about 10% of different ethnic groups and countries in this area. So it's great when we get together. We bring ideas from all over the country in one place. The same time, having all this diversity it helped us communicate better and understand people a lot better. Having that team over here and recording was a great experience, especially when we were able to go to the school and get these Excel students, because that group was over 100 kids, and I'm talking about a lot of diversity there. So it was great. It was a great experience. And what do I get, or how do I feel every time I see it? Well, it's a little bit problematic because sometimes people just walk around and they want to kiss me or they want my autograph, and it gets me in trouble. But other than that, I'm okay.
Have you given out autographs, Tracy? I think you forgot us.
Well, he's become a bit of a celebrity nationwide as a result of that video. Yes. Awesome.
Okay, Kathy, thank you, Carlos. So Kathy, we have a great opportunity with you and your experience professionally and personally in exchange to help represent the prevention of child abuse down in Florida. Can you tell us a little bit about how the funds that we're going to raise, or we expect to raise on Exchange's anniversary, would help our efforts toward that national project?
Yeah, absolutely. With that being our national project, that's a huge focus. And as we know, those numbers, unfortunately, are not coming down. And children continue to be abused. They continue to be in foster care. And I love the fact that the National Exchange Club has adopted the prevention of child abuse, really being on the forefront, helping kids not be abused, which is where we all need to be. Rather than after the fact. So with the funds raised, I think it is great that we're going to be able to put that money back into our communities, help our local child abuse prevention centers that were started by exchange clubs serve more families, get the training they need, the certification they need, because it's an ever-evolving field. And I love it that the National Exchange Club and the foundation really wants to support our child abuse prevention centers and their staff. It's not an easy job. It's a thankless job some days, but I'm so glad that the funds we raise can be put right back to the prevention of child abuse.
Definitely a highlight of what our clubs are doing across the country.
Well, I was thinking in light of the fact that the organization is 112 years old, what do we say to people who are looking for something new and fresh? Because there are those people. But what I like about Exchange, well, obviously a lot of things, but one of the things is that, every club has its own culture. Every club brings in new people and they get to share their ideas, and they're not kind of put into a box. One of my favorite things about Exchange, in fact, is that we have no exclusions, right? Anybody can join Exchange. So many organizations you can join and with Exchange, if you want to inspire your community to become a better place to live, which that describes pretty much everybody, you can join, and we welcome you. We welcome everybody. So Carlos, how do you see you particularly in your area using the history, but also then to let each club develop its own culture so they truly are serving that mission, recognizing the history and traditions of Exchange, but definitely keeping things current and relevant?
Well, we go back to basics. I mean, remembering Charles Barkey with his exchanging ideas with other business people. We had a lot of business people who get together. In our club, particularly, we meet in the morning. Today was actually the day. And we use this opportunity to meet, mingle, and really exchange business ideas, but also ideas that we can help our community be better places to live. It's incredible when you have so many people coming with different ideas and be able to allow them to implant these ideas in our community. And we're talking about anything from cleaning a neighborhood park to helping the child abuse prevention centers and providing them more money and more education, volunteer with them, helping the staff take a break, because many times there's people who work in these places, they're exhausted, and it's very easy for them to burn out. So sometimes we just go there and provide some entertainment for them after hours and say, you know what, you did a great job. It's a tough job. We appreciate what you do. Same thing with the younger parents. It's very, very important for the younger parents to know that it's okay. Sometimes you get frustrated, but don't take it on the kid. Kids are going to be a challenge, and they're going to be there for you forever. I mean, the idea of having kids is to be with you forever, and you need to take care of them. And there's frustrations, of course there will be, but we are here for that And there's some people with more experience than the younger parents. So please don't jump into it. Ask, and we let them know that we are available, and that helps a lot in this community.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because really the Exchange Club members are there for so many reasons, to mentor people who are new to the community or new to their career. So there are a lot of ways people already in a club can help somebody who's new in the club.
Mm-hmm. So Dominic, we talked a little bit about your history there in Detroit and of course the #1 club in Exchange. Can you tell me a little bit about where your club is today? What do the projects look like today? How do you embrace your legacy while moving forward?
Our major focus right now is the acquiring new members. We really are trying to hit that hard. And the reason is, when I talk to members or potential members or people in the community, when I talk to them about the Exchange Club and its programs of service, it's really interesting because I outline everything, but then I let them know what our national project is, the prevention of child abuse. And I can just see their eyes raise when and how important they think that particular program of service is. And so we really try to hit that hard as far as garnering new members. And that's one of our major focuses right now. We also, of course, we're involved with, as I mentioned before, Kids Talk, and that fulfills, I think, our program in getting involved with child abuse. But we would like to be more proactive in that particular area with our community services in that area. Garnering new members. We think that that's going to be the lifeblood of Exchange, and we're holding that as our #1 priority.
Awesome.
Exchange.
I like to think about, in fact, I served on a board in Perrysburg, Ohio with a gentleman. We were coming out of the meeting one night years ago, and he asked if I worked for the National Exchange Club. And he said, I grew up with Charles Berkey's grandson. And I was just amazed. I know you've heard this story before, but
the
maybe
people
they
this
haven't.
Woman meets.
Well, and it was just so amazing to hear about, him at the kitchen table with Charles Berkey and the family and being in the back of the jewelry store and hearing about the beginnings of Exchange. And I thought, wow, isn't that amazing to think of this person as a real person? And really, we all know Exchange started as a networking organization because the businessmen at the time came together to help each other in their business. Then as they were successful, they wanted to give back to the community, which is what it's all about. And even today, we see Exchange as a very powerful networking organization because when people get to know each other in their club, they trust each other and they want to do business together. But I was thinking about that aspect of just growing up with people and families who were in Exchange. And that's how Kathy grew up, with a family legacy. So tell us from your perspective, what was it like hearing about this organization from a very young age, and then how it inspired you to want to continue that family history and legacy?
Yeah, it definitely inspired me, not only to want to be in Exchange, but to choose the career I did. Having a dad that actually joined the St. Pete Exchange Club the year before I was born. So watching all the activities of this club and getting involved from a young age, whether it was selling Christmas trees or helping out at the Child Abuse Prevention Center as that got developed and I was older, it was just amazing. And I think there's something to be said about, showing your kids, showing your family, your friends, there's so much more to life than just ourselves. And how can we get involved and engaged and help our communities be better? And so for me, it was just a normal part of my life. It's what I saw. So when I did get out of college, I looked to join Exchange because that's the service organization I had been part of my whole life. And, never imagined I would go into the field of child abuse and child abuse prevention. But because of what I saw with this national project, I knew that's where I wanted to commit my time and my work to, as well as Exchange. It's been an honor to be a member for about 28 years now, and to have been able to serve as the national president for 2 years, especially during COVID. It's just been an honor, and it's been life-changing, and I am so grateful that I was raised knowing about this amazing organization and just what the, a difference we all can make.
Absolutely. Two things, Christy, that I'm part of that I hear people say all the time. I wish I had known about this sooner. At the National Exchange Club and Dale Carnegie. People always think if I had only experienced this sooner, because those are things that can impact your entire life. It's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, those two programs develop someone into a whole person.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So Dominic, you mentioned that there's an Excel club in your area. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, there's an Excel club in Lincoln Park. They're made up of high school students from the Lincoln Park area. Very active group, involved in a lot of the activities, not only in the Lincoln Park area, but also with the Trenton group as well. And so I think it's really great, not from the standpoint that maybe we might get a couple of members from that club, but that we're educating them as to community service and getting them involved, and because they're going to be the leaders of our communities later on, and so they've got to know about that. And I can't help but believe that being involved with an Excel club, that it wouldn't carry over, and there wouldn't be some residual kinds of effects to the Exchange Club.
Yeah, and we've commented about that on this show, and we've had other guests comment about it. The younger generations do feel an obligation to serve.
Yes.
They feel a very strong commitment to their communities and to give back. So, starting with the Excel Club, like you mentioned, Dominic, you kind of mentor them in what community service is and giving back and how to hold others' needs above their own sometimes. And then we see them come out as hopefully productive adults. And then they turn around and they're like Kathy, and they realize what an impression it made in their lives, and they continue on with that legacy of service.
Sure.
Wonderful. And there's that same presence of Excel student clubs in Carlos's area. Carlos, talk about how you connect them with Exchange Clubs so that they have that mentor relationship, so that they can avail themselves of all of the great things that Exchange has to offer while still helping their school communities.
Well, over here we have actually 5 Excel clubs. So we're trying to get them involved into almost every activity a traditional club is doing. That way they have the opportunity to see all the things we do to help our community, but also give them the opportunity to meet our existing club members, because many of them are or will be their mentors once they decide to go into college or pick careers that they know over here. So it's a great opportunity for them to be with us and for us to use them, because believe me, their youth and their energy, nobody can beat that.
That's right.
They don't hurt their backs pulling those flags out, do they?
They can carry more than 1 puck.
Oh, they can make a lot happen. Well, let's go back to our history. Dominic, we hear that you have a prized possession there. Hopefully you've shown this photograph to the Excel clubs to show them how we started. Why don't you show off that photo of the original Exchange Club?
Well, let me see if I can move back far enough so everybody can see it. But it's a photo of an annual meeting and in April 9th of 1930. And Charles Berkey is actually in this photograph, and so is Amelia Earhart as well, because
she was the keynote speaker then.
Yes, it was the aviation banquet of 1930. And let me see if I can move back.
Yeah.
So fun fact about Amelia Earhart, she was the first honorary female member. She attended quite a few conventions and spoke.
Because Exchange's original national project was aviation.
Yes.
That's great. We have a picture in the national headquarters that we can attach to the description of this app for anyone who wants to get a better view of that, a close up.
Good idea. Well, we appreciate this conversation about looking and embracing our future while reflecting on our wonderful history and traditions. We appreciate all of you coming. So, Dominic, as we wrap up here, it's been a wonderful conversation talking about our future while the great traditions and honoring the great past that started Exchange. What do you have to wrap up our conversation that you'd like people to know?
Well, I just want them to know how important it is that exchange clubs exist. We've mentioned all of our programs, and we've mentioned the community service programs, and it's a very, very important part of being united and working together and going ahead and trying to have some impact on some of the community service or community problems that we have. And certainly I think the 112 years, the donating 112 years, I think it's a great idea. And I think we're going to promote that in our club, of course, and make sure that we the foundation, is a very important part of the Exchange Club, and I think that it really needs our support.
Well, you're right, and we thank you for continuing on the great traditions of Exchange with Detroit #1 Exchange Club in Detroit, Michigan. Hence, why you're wearing that hat. So, thank you.
I should have a Detroit hat on.
For those of you not watching the video, it's the M hat.
That's right. And Carlos, thanks to you for continuing on and just helping evolve and spread the great message throughout Texas and Louisiana and the Gulf Coast. And what do you have to say to anybody who is interested in the message today?
Well, I think I will tell everyone to exchange is for everyone, because the truth is everyone wants to have a better community. Everyone wants to live in a nice area. Exchange provides that to everyone. We can help our communities be better places. And what you get out of exchange, it is much more than what you give. I mean, you come to this organization thinking you're going to help somebody, but at the end, there's so much and so many satisfactions and great memories that you make, and a lot of friends who eventually become like family to you. So it is an awesome organization, and I will not change it for anything.
Love that. And we bring people together in unity for service.
That's right. Very nicely said, Carlos.
Definitely.
I'm a nice guy.
And Kathy, final thoughts for anyone listening.
Yes, you are, Carlos. And you say family. When I was in Texas, my daughter actually now refers to him as Uncle Carlos. So hospitality of Texas. So thank you.
Yeah.
I echo what both have said, that exchange is for everyone. And I think in our country today, we need exchange more than ever. So if you're listening and you're an Exchange Club member, thank you for what you're doing. Keep inviting others. If you're not a member, I hope you'll see if there's a club near you. If not, contact us. We always love building new clubs and new communities. And then for our anniversary, if you will consider going online and making a donation of $112 or more. But collectively, if we all come together to celebrate and make that donation, we will have such great impact across our country. So just thank you to everyone who is out there already making such a difference.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kathy and Carlos and Dominic, for joining us. To all of the Exchange Clubs watching or listening, we hope you celebrate the 112th anniversary of Exchange in grand fashion. You could even use Christy's opening questions, the quiz about what companies have been in business for more than 112 years, right?
And don't forget the hashtag Exchange Awesome and Exchange Nation. Might as well get yourself in there for a prize drawing.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, this has been so much fun. Thanks to each of you for continuing exchange in your communities. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.